good enough.
If you want to bulk or have thought of bulking, watch this video. Maybe you'll learn a thing or two. Or don't, I don't really care. So, you stumbled across the age-old question, should I bulk? But before we get into that, we need to determine whether you could benefit from a bulk at this current moment. Because remember, bulking takes time, so if you're like in the middle of sports or you're kind of busy with, I don't know, life, then maybe don't go as hard, or just wait until the proper time. So I think bulking during an off season is better, or just take a whole year off to really put in that size. Okay, so I personally think if you just started your fitness journey, I would suggest focusing on the basics first. Duh, obviously you gotta focus on the basics first. But what I mean by basics, so let's say you've been lifting for like a year or two. I say focus on getting the technique right, getting techniques right. Focus on the movements, making sure that you understand the basic stuff that you're gonna be working on for the rest of your life, right? What kind of exercises you like, the style of lifting, all that stuff. Alright, so I know it's a quick change of scenery, but I kind of needed to go on a walk. It's kind of nice out. It looks pretty nice, as you just saw with the last clip. It's not cold at all, actually. Why are you working out? Why are you putting yourself through this this change, I guess? And whatever the answer, just go about your life with every intent to fulfill those beliefs, right? I hope I'm making sense. I guess if it helps, you can ask yourself, like, what put you on this path? Like, what is the reason for this situation? And then once you have all that pretty much figured out, you'll have less to worry about once you start your bulk. I know it may seem like it may take a long time, but that's kind of what life is all about. Good things take time, especially bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is a journey, not a race. But yeah, besides you having all that figured out, you also have the newbie gains. So like the first year or two, that's when you built the most muscle mass, the fastest. So that first 2 years, just take it slow, right? Can you see me or can you not? But anyway, the view is cool. So next would be, if you've been lifting for 2 to 3 years, now you should have pretty much everything figured out. Kind of like a diet, a good diet, good lifting schedule. You know what kind of lifts you like. You know yourself pretty well. And you've gained a good amount of mass from the newbie gains. So now, if your goal is to gain more muscle size, then you should probably start bulking now. And it's time to take it a little bit more serious. So yeah, if this is your first bulk, then yeah, take it slow. Don't ruin your appetite. But if you're ready, this is what you'll need to do next. Chat, we may or may not be cooked. I thought it would be a nice angle or like nice spot, but there's a lot of cars passing by. Hopefully it's fine. But the next step for you, little weakling, would be to start with tracking your meals for the next 5 to 6 days. And as you're tracking, don't do anything different. Just track what you usually do. And hopefully by now you'll clean up your diet. If not, then do that first. And then track your food, how many calories you're eating, right? And then at the same time, what you want to do is track your weight. So that what that will do is you'll have a baseline to work off of. So now you can either if that weight changes, you can determine whether you can bulk. Let's say you're eating 2,000 calories and your weight is going down throughout the 5 days, then you're under your calories, your maintenance calories, so you should probably go up then. And if you're eating 2k calories and going down in weight, then you're a big motherfucker. But that's just like where I'm at. But if you're eating 3,000 calories and your weight is going up, then you're already at a surplus. And then if you really wanted to see your average, then you would kind of go down 200 to 300 calories and then track that for a week. And then if you plateau, then that'll be your average, overall. So that will be the next step. For about a week, track your food and your weight. Alright, now that you're done with that, what is going on in here? Well, that's new. Right, so once you're done with that, congratulations, you have passed the experimental part of the process. Now, if you need help with any counting calories or kind of how to get started in that, comment down below. I'm sure I'll be able to comment or help you, or someone else will. But yeah, moving on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? And to start off, I guess the most common method would be to gain about a pound a week. So, all right, just get back into it. Cardio during your bulk. Have it written down here. Why is cardio so important? Why is cardio so important during a bulk? Let me sit you guys down real quick. So, alright, so one, heart health and conditioning. I mean, it keeps your cardiovascular system strong, which is important for overall health. That's just clear. Two, it helps manage your fat gain. I mean, the more you move, more energy you're using. Even with calorie surplus, a bit of cardio keeps all that fat, in check. Another reason is it helps with overall recovery. It helps with blood flow, especially when you do it after a lifting session, and especially during a rest day. You want to keep that blood flow. Another reason is just mental well-being overall. I personally see my walks as a meditation in a way. It's just me, my walk, sun, trees. It's cinematic to me. Life is cinematic. Let's see. Let me give you a quick couple tips on your cardios. Keep it moderate. Aim for moderate intensity, again, walking, cycling. It will be easier on your knees. Overall, it's less intense. Or if you really want, light jogging, that could also be helpful. Now for duration, I say about 30 to 35 minutes. Good amount of time depending on the intensity that you're doing. But you should be keeping it moderate. Again, timing is important. You don't want to do a lot of cardio before lift training. That just doesn't make any sense. I see a lot of people do that. You want to do it either after a workout or like in the morning, completely like separated from your workout. And if you do it in the morning, you'll have food before that, you'll have time to rest. That's fine. And again, after a workout, perfectly fine. And then lastly is just listen to your body. If you're too tired, you're getting too fatigued, you're too sore, maybe tone it down, and keep it to like moderate movement around the house, cleaning, chores, this, that. I mean, that's it. It's pretty straightforward. I will be getting better at explaining all this. It's kind of just a lot of information jumbled up that I'm trying to put out at once. Hit me up on IG, comment, whatever. If anyone needs help with anything, I will try to give you my best advice and to the best of my abilities. But always listen to yourself first. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. Do some research, experience things for yourself, and yeah. Merry Christmas to everyone. You guys will be seeing this way after Christmas, because the editing is time consuming. Now, I will give you some percentages on your bulk, right? So there's a certain amount of calories that you're eating already, right? So you may be asking yourself, like, how much protein should I be eating? How many carbs? How much carbs? How much fat? Before I tell you the percentages, this is what you're gonna have to do. First, what you need to do is grab a Monster and sip it. Put it back down. Grab it again. Sip it again. And then what you want to do is put it down, grab it, and then sip it for a third time. Now, we're almost there. Go outside, and then as you're walking, you gotta make sure that we hit 10K steps. So you come over here, or come under this bridge over here, right? Look into the abyss of this frozen lake. And if you come over here and we zoom in and you see a little soccer ball frozen, right there, that's when you know that you're ready to move on to the next step. All right, back to the scheduled program. For a basic guideline, normally you would want to do 25 to 30% of your calories should be protein. 45 to 55% of your calories should be carbs, and then 20 to 25% of it should be fats. That should be a good start to your bulk. Pretty much it. Again, if anyone needs help with anything,
comment down below, or they fighting over here. Comment down below, hit me up on IG. It's gonna be right here. I'll do my best to help you. But yeah, overall, it's pretty much there's a uh-huh. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will be getting better at all this. Just, you know, it takes time. You know, we out here though.